And we'll see what happens. And also last week we were talking about what happened at the G20 in Pittsburgh, where they rolled out sound weapons that are used in Iraq on the public there and on the protesters in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And that was a beta test also, to see if the public was going to go along with it or not. And it seems like there wasn't enough resistance, because Department of Homeland Security is doling out federal cash to deploy military LRADs in U.S. cities. The LRADs are these sound weapons. The LRAD devices used against protesters and residents of Pittsburgh last month were a beta test for things to come. As reported by the Washington Times, on October 1st, the Department of Homeland Security is doling out federal money to get police departments around the country stocked up with the weapons. With the help of Homeland Security grants, police departments nationwide looking to subdue unruly crowds and political protesters are purchasing high-tech device originally used by the military to repel battlefield insurgents and Somali pirates with piercing noise capabilities of with the capabilities of damaging hearing. And I was just playing the video where they were setting off the sound weapons, and I'll tell you what, my birds were going nuts. You know, my birds went nuts when they heard that noise. You know, this is really, really bad. This is really, really bad. And this is what happened with the tasers, too. The Department of Homeland Security doled out tons of cash to supply police departments around the country with the tasers. You know, this is all part of the militarization of the police in America. You know, that's why it's crucial that people understand what's going on with organizations like American Police Force, and the fact that Department of Homeland Security is funding this militarization of the police force and providing money to buy these sound weapons. It says here, according to San Diego-based American Technology Corporation, the company that makes the devices, LRADs are not weapons. American Technology insists LRADs are used in order to influence the behavior and gain compliance from people. You know, these are sound weapons. They're trying to say, well, they're not weapons. They're just devices to influence behavior and gain compliance. When the fact remains that these cause permanent damage. These can cause serious damage to people. And this is a military weapon, as far as I can see. It says that in 2006, the Discovery Channel described LRAD as a psychological weapon. Psychological weapon. That's psychological warfare. You understand what I'm saying? This is an abomination against the American people. You know, and they're saying that they're going to come after protesters, political protesters. When in this country did we lose the right to protest politically? You know, that's my question. You know, don't we have First Amendment rights anymore? You know, this is a violation. This is a total violation, and I'll tell you what, people better start waking up to this and standing up to this, because we're heading into even worse police state than we're already in. We're already in a police state, and have been for a while, and it is getting worse and worse and worse, especially with the creation of this biggest bureaucracy that we've ever seen in the federal government, called the Department of Homeland Security, which, mind you, was created after 9/11 with the indication that they were going to be going after Al-Qaeda, foreign terrorists. And I said at the time, it's the new Gestapo. This is for the American people, and that's exactly what is happening. I mean, this is a total violation of our Constitution, everything that America stands for. And the more that they roll out these weapons, the more we, the people, need to stand up and say, no, we're not going to tolerate this anymore, and start bringing these people that are guilty of treason up on charges. We have to start bringing people up on charges for this stuff. And then I hear some people say, well, why focus on the low-level minions, when it's the top powerful elites at the top that are creating all these problems? We have to start somewhere. We have to start sending a message to these elites by locking up the minions for violating our Constitution, for violating their oaths of office, for breaking the law, for militarizing our police force, for brainwashing the public and the military into accepting this stuff. I mean, that's the bottom line. We have to start somewhere. We have to start arresting politicians, corporate CEOs. I mean, then we will start making progress. In my humble opinion, that's really what needs to be done, because the globalists are moving in fast. They're moving in hard. They're setting up the structure. The structure is in place for world government. They're expanding it and implementing it now. And with one of them is this real big push for a world currency.